Nebraska quarterback for a few months. How have you managed just the waves of emotions, the ups and the downs it takes to be the quarterback in Nebraska?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of ups and downs. Even inside the games, one quarter we come out really slow, or maybe against Northern Illinois we start hot. Just managing all of that. It takes a team, I think, and so I'm glad that we have coaches that understand that, and then the staff to help support that. Dr. Hascol, a lot of people up there who help manage that, because I couldn't do that by myself.
Coach Satterfield said they've worked with you this week on freeing your mind. What does that look like? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a battle that I've been fighting since I started playing quarterback as a sophomore in high school. As a person, I try to overanalyze stuff sometimes, and it can get me into trouble. But I think as I continue to grow and see things and be able to process them quicker, and I don't think it's a bad thing to be thinking. It's just when it gets in the way of me doing the things I'm supposed to do, that's when it gets in trouble. So, one thing that he was talking about is just kind of decluttering my mind, seeing everything but not having it get in front of each other.
How does working with Dr. Hascol help with?
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Hascol, that's something that, we're going to work on this week, I think, because she has stuff that she can help me, I don't know what it is yet. I'm going to go talk to her today, meet with her, and, but since we started meeting, it's just been focusing on one thing at a time, just seeing my keys, and, it gets to the point where in the game, you get hit in the head twice in a row or something, and you got to run the play. You've run that play 50 times that week, and so the keys, what you're supposed to be looking for. So eventually that's where I want to get to.
Coach also said he wants you to just run through someone's face. What does that mean?
Yeah, I think he wants, Northern Illinois, even Louisiana Tech, Heinrich to come back out. It's different. I tried, not try. There's certain times where, I need to be able to do that. And, I think these last couple of games I've been trying to make too much happen on some of my runs, some of the designed runs, stopping my feet, trying to get back inside, stuff like that, when, I should just put the ball 5 points of contact, dive for 5 yards. So I think that's what he's talking about. So that's something that, I want to get in the right mindset for this week.
How have teams defended you? Have you noticed like a trend each week with the safety kind of just hanging out with you the whole game? I mean, what do you see each week out there that how teams have adjusted to you?
Yeah, I mean, Purdue, it was like you said, the safety, bringing him down, but when they do that, that opens up stuff for Jalen Lloyd, Malachi to run over the top. Michigan State was different. They gave us a couple different looks, and a lot of the time on our zone reads, the end was coming so far up the field I couldn't really pull it, and so they're forcing me to hand the ball off a lot on some of those, and then some of the pitch games, they're taking the back, and then I have to dart up, and then they've got maybe a couple of guys there for me. So I'm going to continue to work on attacking those guys, making them take me so I can pitch the ball, and then when they do make me run, I'm going to get vertical, try and get 5-7 yards.
The other day, Coach Rule said everybody always says they want the pressure, but not everybody does. He respects that you are that kind of guy. How have you seen your relationship going through this season just evolve with Coach Rule, Coach Satterfield, and how you've helped you, how they've helped you too?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Rule, it's weird as a first year, like especially when I've been here. He didn't recruit me. He met my family for the first time, a couple weeks ago. He didn't know what kind of environment I grew up in, how I'd handle this. And so he's, it's been kind of, I think he's seen how I've handled it, and then, he's just kind of ridden with it. And so I think as we finish out this year, going to next year, you know, he's getting to know me better, and I'm getting to know him better too. So, you know, how he treats me, and you know how he, you know, some weeks, you know, he's been on me really hard, and other weeks, you know, he's kind of backed off and, you know, just let me kind of do my own thing. And so, you know, I think it's a good balance of both.
When you talk about trying not to overthink things, do you mean more like in your preparation ahead of the game as you go through the week, or is it like in the moment during a play? Do you find yourself struggling?
Yeah, I think it'd be more in the game. I don't think you can ever prepare too much, you know, and leading up to it. You know, I think there are times where, you know, maybe you're okay, the play is this. You just need to do this. Don't look at X, Y, and Z. Just look at this. And so, you know, that's something that, you know, I think it's more once I get in the game, just, you know, kind of calming myself down, reminding myself of what your read is and not trying to do everything else. Just do your job.
How do you find yourself thinking, or what was going through your mind last week, like on the play where Alex Bullock was open deep, and you know there was a missed throw or a missed route or something happened there? Like, is it easier if he's not as open as he is in that situation?
No, that one was a result of you know, we went back and we watched the practice clips, and in all the practice clips, that's where I'd thrown the ball, was kind of in the middle of the field, and I knew as soon as I threw that ball, that's not where I need to throw the ball. I saw the safety, and so that's just a result of me not being prepared enough in practice. You know, I need to be able to see, okay, you can't throw that ball that skinny. You know, you have to keep him outside. You know, I don't, because that was just that's where I'd thrown the ball. And, you know, that wasn't really you know, the ball kind of came out of my hand weird, but that was just a result of, you know, a lack of preparation on my part.
What should you do there? Adjust and realize that he's going to change his route because, the guy covering him fell down.
Yep, 1,000%. Like, I should, you know, you got to be able to see the whole entire field. You know, see that safety coming over from the field and throw him skinny. And, you know, there's been times where, like the throw to Thomas, I think it was the second quarter, where we've never repped that throw. That was a look that they were trying to take away a slant, and, you know, that was just instinct. And so there are times where, you know, you just have to kind of react to the play, and that's where knowing the entire play is, you know, crucial for me, I think, because I have all the keys, but at the same time I can't be overthinking stuff. So.
Now that Sat's gone upstairs, when you come off the field, is it mostly Coach Roll coaching you as the quarterback?
Yeah, yeah. It depends game to game. You know, he'll tell me the day before. He'll be like, "Hey, I'm backing off this game. Like, I'm only going to talk to you like once or twice." But for the most part, it's been Coach AD. You know, or you know, even just Jeff, or you know, I get on the headset with Coach Sat a little bit, just talking to those guys, and you know, seeing they're getting the message down from Coach Sat. But for the most part, I mean, that was one thing that Coach Sat talked to me about this week, was being able to move on from all those plays. Like, obviously, like, we can't, after I throw a pick, like a dumb throw, like, you can't just like, oh, whatever. But you need to be able to flush it and just keep moving on. You can't dwell on it.
So do you like it when Coach Rule's kind of the primary coach?
It depends. If you were to ask me in a game, I'd say no. I hate it because he's saying stuff. I'm like, oh, like, just let's chill out a little bit. But you know, he knows. I think he has a good balance, and he understands that I can take that. You know, I've never been, you know, shy of, you know, if he gets on me, I'm not gonna shrivel away and back down, and you know, he knows that. So. But at the same time, I don't think he wants to add on to everything else that, you know, I've got, you know, 4 or 5 people trying to talk to me, and he doesn't want to clutter my mind even more, I guess.
Thomas, that you said you had not repped, that's the one where he went and lined up wide on, like, as a receiver on 3rd and long?
Yes. Yeah, he was split out. you know, we'd thrown that play a lot this whole season where, you know, Thomas is the middle. He's, you know, taking away the inside guy, and we're throwing a slant. And, you know, it just happened that, you know, they tried to push over too much, take away the second slant because we've shown that all year. And Thomas was running free down the middle. So that was just a play that I reacted to.
Looking to face Maryland this weekend, the Huskers and the Terrapins have only met twice all time. What are you looking forward to for this game?
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I think it was right before I got here they played. I think Luke McCaffrey scored a touchdown. So, yeah, I remember, you know, like you said, we haven't played them a lot, but, you know, excited to, you know, see a athletic team like them that, you know, we know they're good. You know, they've, you know, maybe been on a little bit of a, you know, they've lost their last 4 or whatever. So excited to see them. You know, they're an athletic team. They're good. You know, they've built a good program there.
Anything else? Okay. Thanks, Heinrich.
Thanks, guys.